Greetings! In today's video, I'll be taking a look at the newest sets that QoR has released. For a bit of context, QoR has had two paint sets available for years, but only one half-pan set, which came much later than the tube sets. Somewhat recently, they released 4 new half-pan sets, titled Granulators-Urban Sketching, Reflective, and Intensity. Each of these new sets reuses the tin and insert from the previous half-pan set, but they come with 6 paints instead of 12. There's also 6 empty QoR half-pans, so you can add your own colors in the sets. The Granulator set, as the name implies, consists of 6 granulating paints: ultramarine pink, ultramarine violet, ultramarine blue, cerulean blue chromium, cobalt teal, and cobalt green. On its own, it's quite a limited palette. The paints included are really nice, and I'm tempted to look at my QoR tubes to find more granulating colors to add in there. I'm thinking maybe cobalt violet, cobalt turquoise, viridian green, maybe chrome oxide green, and the cadmium red too. Now QoR doesn't have the one very granulating yellow in their range, so I might add a paint that's outside the QoR range to make the color selection a bit more rounded. A potter's pink would be pretty in here too, but that's also a color that QoR doesn't offer at the moment. The Urban Sketch set is one of the more balanced of these 4 new sets. It contains the following colors: benzimidazolone yellow, quinacridone red, cobalt blue, cobalt teal, Van Dyke brown, and Payne's gray. The yellow is slightly warmer than neutral, and the red works well as a primary magenta color. The set doesn't have a cyan per se, but it has a warm blue in the cobalt blue and a cool blue in the cobalt teal. The brown is a nice addition to round it up, and the gray is a color that's also quite convenient to have on hand when doing urban sketching. If I had to add colors to this set, I'd probably want to add a couple of greens, as I feel that the palette is a bit limited in mixing a variety of green colors. QoR's Hooker's Green and Sap Green are particularly beautiful versions of these popular colors. An earthy yellow and a bright red would also be fun with this palette, in my opinion. The Reflective set is the one that I find the most puzzling. It has all 3 of QoR's iridescent colors: gold fine, pearl fine, and silver fine, plus 3 new interference colors: violet, blue, and green. As much as I love the QoR colors, the special effect paints they offer are a bit lackluster compared to the regular colors in the range. The iridescent colors are not very strong, and the interference colors are also surprisingly light. They are beautiful, but also so subtle. In my opinion, this is the least versatile set of this new release. You can't really just paint with these unless your style is all about special effect paints. The Intensity set wears its name well, as it's 6 very intense colors with strong color payoff. It's made from Hansa Yellow Light, Transparent Pyrrole Orange, Quinacridone Magenta, Dioxazine Purple, Cerulean Blue Chromium, and Phthalo Turquoise. This one is also very nicely balanced and offers nice greens, oranges, purples, and earthy colors through mixing. None of these intense colors look natural on their own, but it's really easy to mix them up a bit to get more natural looking hues. Lastly, I wanted to take a quick look at the original 12 colors QoR mini set. I still think this is a great assortment of super strong colors with amazing pigment payoff. We get a good split primary in this set, 3 nice secondary colors, and 3 great earth and neutral colors. There are a couple of repeat colors over all 5 sets. Ultramarine blue, cerulean blue chromium, cobalt teal, Payne's gray, transparent pyrrole orange, quinacridone magenta, and dioxazine purple are present in 2 sets each. Now the big question: does anyone need these sets? Well, that's up to you. Personally, I really enjoy QoR's watercolors, as they are often more strong and intense after just 1 layer than other brands I've used. The only set that I'm kinda disappointed about between these 4 new sets is the Reflective set. Not because it is just special effect paint set, but it's more because the paints in this set just don't deliver the kind of sparkle and shimmer that I like with FX paints. I've mentioned the pigment payoff of these colors already, but another thing that sets these apart from other brands is QoR's unique paint binder. Almost all other watercolors use gum arabic to bind the pigment to the paper, while QoR uses Aquazol. It works exactly the same, with the only visible difference being that Aquazol is a very light, clear yellow, while Gum Arabic can be varying values of yellow-brown. I'll add a link in the description with more info about Aquazol. It's a very fascinating polymer. When it comes to the binder in paints, I don't know if the color of the binder has such a huge difference on the outcome because it is such a minute part of what we put on the paper and diluted to that extent. I'm not sure the color of the binder is still very much visible. But all that said, there is definitely something extra about the vibrancy of QoR's watercolors. And that's it for this video. Let me know what you think of these colors and also which one of these sets is your favorite. Thank you very much for watching and take care. Bye bye.